Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back. Wanted to show this off real quickly. After you beat the game, if you save it and then go load it up again, excuse me, it'll actually take you back to Rogueport. There's a little cutscene. Figured I would show it off. Enables you to go redo stuff and whatnot. Like if you just extra stuff. You're a strange one, sir. It must be something special to convince you to return. Although if I had a Goomba that cute waiting for me at the dock, I might return too. Well, whatever you're doing, be careful. Goodbye, sir. And just like that, stranded, left for dead.
Long time no see, Mario. I'm totally glad I got to see you again. This is awesome. Everyone's ready. We heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. So are you ready to go? Wherever you want to go, we are so there with you.
That's awfully kind of you. First things first, though, we gotta get Vivian. In case we get into a battle, which I doubt. We're not trying to show off anything else, really. There's like extra stuff. There's like the Pit of 100 Trials kind of deal thing you can do. And get some, just be the best of the best, if you will. Maybe you missed some badges. I will say there is a partner we did not get, but it's not mandatory to get, so figures we won't do that. Spoiler alert, it's Miss Mouse. Way back in the day, if you look for sure through the hooktail of Chapter 1, Miss Mouse is the one who stole, who got to the treasure chest room first and stole something of a badge of whatnot. But it is minor and we don't necessarily need it. It is, however, the QuickChange Questions section. Figured I'd just answer a few questions that I have for this game and just to be a little more down to earth about the whole thing. So, first question, why did you decide to play 1000 Year Door? So, that is kind of an easy answer. It's the Paper Mario on the N64 was the first game that I started off with. That was the very first of my videos, and that kept going for as long as it did, and it just made sense to go to the next one in the series. I do like playing 1000 Year Door. Nothing wrong with that. And it just kind of made sense to just continue the series. Next question, though. Will you play any other Paper Mario games? Not really. I really like the RPG style of Paper Mario 1 and then 1000 Year Door. After that, they start like experimenting with different genres and whatnot. Like Super Paper Mario becomes more as an action platformer and sort of harking it back to its usual days. It's not that they're bad games, it's just I don't prefer their action-oriented styles, whereas this one is a nice combination of having the action but in an RPG style format. Next question. Which game do you prefer, the original or 1000 Year Door? That's kind of a tricky question. Like, I really like 1000 Year Door. It takes a lot of the original and improves upon it. Makes it a little bit more difficult, I would say, than the original. Kind of keeps you on your toes and whatnot. I like playing the original more, though, as far as just playing a game. Like, it doesn't really stress me out. It's simple enough, straightforward. It requires less math for me to do, actually, believe it or not. Even though going with the badge routes, it tends to be a little more risky than just going for health straight away and all that. But that kind of is answering my next question as well, which is who would you recommend playing this game? And I would say the original Paper Mario is more suited towards a casual player, whereas 1000 Year Door is a little more serious. Like if you enjoy playing like the Final Fantasy series of games, I think this isn't too far of a long shot. It's a solid game, but it can be a little bit more difficult if you're not used to playing the RPG series, and that's where the original and the N64 can come in, where it's a nice introduction to RPGs. In fact, I'm willing to say that Paper Mario on the N64 was one of the very first like RPGs in general that I played. There was Pokemon and there was Quest and then there was Paper Mario, and I'm pretty certain that's my entire list until eventually I got to play the Final Fantasy series. It wasn't like the N64 had a lot in its day, and believe me, calling Quest an RPG is a bit of a stretch. It's quite unique of a title, but it is what it is. Next question, though. During Paper Mario, you said Watt was your favorite character, and Thousand Year Door, Vivian's your favorite character. But which one do you think is actually better? Ugh. It's really difficult because I really like... Oh! Speak of the devil.
It is you, isn't it, Mario? Well, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've come here with Bootler. Yes, a little vacation to partially Sanctum. I hadn't left the mansion in ages. I figured it was time to turn some heads on the road. But what a nice surprise to see you. Feel free to be overwhelmed by my beauty.
Ugh. But I have Vivian now. It's awkward. Speaking of the past here. Alright. Maybe I can find everybody else. Who knows? Anyway. Right, question. So, I really like Watt's in the original because Watt was simple to use, pretty easy to get the action commands, and pretty much was just can deal with any enemy. The problem only real being that if you had a large group of enemies, Mario needed to be take them out, or you had to go and rely on Koops. Whereas Vivian is quite strong. So if you pull up all this, oh no, well, yeah, yes, X. So Vivian's whole moves, like we've seen it all before. The normal, you can see like the FP values for how they normally are. Once they're in battle, they drop down, Fire Jinx, and Infatuate at the very least. But she starts off with Shade Fist, allows her to burn an enemy. She's got Veil, which was what Bo did from the original, and then Fire Jinx allows her to attack every single enemy and also burn them. So she is pretty good. Like, the only real enemy you have to fear with Vivian is anybody who's resistant to fire attacks. The Chain Chomps in the last area for sure were resistant to Vivian, so that was a bit of a doozy. But yes, and Fire Jinx is expensive at 6 flower points, like I get that. But because I have the badge which lowers all my flower point values for my partners but down by 1, it makes it so that it's much easier to manage. Since the flower point levels go up by 5, you can realistically count how many Fire Jinxes you have before you need to start thinking about refilling your flower points kind of deal. It's just like, Vivian is just a super strong supportive character, and probably just ekes out a little bit above Watt in my opinion as far as just usefulness in battle over Watt. But that is it. So that's the last of the questions I have. If you have any more questions that you want me to answer, feel free to leave them in comments and I'll get to those. Other than that, I will be starting my next project here very shortly. Super excited to see how that turns out. It will be a little bit weird though, not editing or uploading a Paper Mario game. That's going to take some time getting used to. That's been a staple of my career so far here. Well, time's got to change, you know how it is. So, hope you're all having a good day. I will see you next time with our next project. Take care, everybody.